everyone? I have another awesome tutorial video for you guys. Not only is this tutorial for all skill levels and very easy, but this mechanic can help bring your map to the next level. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you step by step how to create swapping your weapons by emoting. Alright, let's start building. Real quick, could you guys hit that like button? It really helps me out a lot. I really appreciate it. Alright, so for this tutorial, you really only need like 3 devices. The first one's the conditional button, an item granter, and a mutator device. Alright, let me show you guys how this mechanic works. First off, it takes a player to have this shotgun or AR or whatever items you guys want to use for this emote to swap. You can use anything. I'm just using a shotgun for an example, but basically you'll need a shotgun in your inventory. We're gonna set up a mutator that actually has the setting on player starts emoting transmit on, and when it signals, it's going to look at these 3 conditional buttons. We're only gonna set up 3 guns, but you can set up more. I'll show you how. It's really simple. And when a conditional button sees what item you have in your inventory, it will remove it from your inventory and it will grant you a new shotgun. So we have a lever action, as you can see, in our inventory. So let's go inside the mutator and let's emote. And you see we now have a pump, and we can keep doing that. We have a charge now, and if we emote one more time, we will have the lever. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let's actually start building this. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is go into our inventory under the device tab and look for the mutator zone. Let's place it down. After you place it down, now interact with it and copy these settings. Make sure you're under all options. Allow weapon fire, yes. This zone visible during game, I'm gonna turn to yes, but you'll want this on no. This is just for an example so you can kind of see the emote area. We will mess with the zone with depth and height in a second. I put enable during phase on all. I put enable visual effects to no, and then go all the way to the bottom on player start emoting. I'm gonna put it on channel 1, but put it on whatever free channel you have. All right, now this is very important. I'm not sure what map you're making. Maybe you're making a zone wars, a box fight, a 1v1. This mechanic can be used in any type of map. I set up kind of like a makeshift fake little box fight arena just for an example. But what you're gonna wanna do is grab that mutator we just set up. And I know this box fight size is 7x9. And the height is 2. So we're just gonna wanna line this up, and there we go. You can see now this mutator zone is covering the whole play area or surface area of the box fight. That is where we're gonna want someone to emote to be able to swap their weapon. All right, now let's grab a conditional button. In your inventory under the device tab, look for that conditional button and place it down. Copy these settings. Again, we're under all options. We're gonna actually keep everything default. You're gonna scroll all the way down here. It's very important that you keep consume key item to yes, and also all key items are required at once to yes. And then you're gonna go all the way down here and activate when. We're gonna put this to channel 1. Make sure this is the same channel that you selected on the mutator device that signals when you emote. And then when activated transmit on, I'm gonna put to channel 2, put whatever free channel you have. Okay, like I said, we're just gonna do 3 guns for this example, but you guys can do many more. This will work. So let's take this and copy it and copy it again. We have 3. Then just go to the second one here. I'm gonna go under the channels only tab and under when activated transmit on channel 3, and we're gonna go when activated on channel 4. All right, now we're gonna put our weapons in. Go into your inventory under your weapons. Grab whatever guns you'd like. We'll use the current guns that are in the season 8 meta. Not sure when you're watching this. All right, and the lever action. All right, let's start dropping these in. All right, now that we got all our shotguns into our conditional buttons, the next step is we're gonna get the item granter device. Again, go into your inventory under devices and look for the item granter. We'll place this down, copy these settings, Again, under all options, make sure receiving player is under triggering player. You're gonna wanna make sure on grant action is keep all, make grant all items, cycle behavior, turn to wrap, and then grant item when receiving from channel 2 is my channel. But basically whatever channel you have when activated transmit on for the conditional button in front of you, you're gonna wanna make sure that same channel is here. All right, that one is set up. Let's copy this and move it over. Again, go under the channels only tab, and we're just gonna move that over one channel to channel 3. Like I said, make sure it mimics when activated transmit on the conditional button in front of it. And last one, we're gonna change that to 4. Now this is very important, so listen up. Whatever weapon is in the conditional button to your right is what the weapon we're gonna put into the item granter, okay? So currently, we have the charged shotgun to the right of this, so that's what we're going to put into this item granter. All right, perfect. Now, again, to the right of this is the lever action, so that's what we're going to put into this item granter. All right, now we're at the end. We don't have anything to the right of us, obviously, but we do want to go back to the first shotgun we have into that conditional button, which is the pump, and that is what we're going to want to put inside of here. I want to make a quick note, you guys. Rarity does matter. Now, these colors on the conditional button actually don't represent rarity. The color is actually chosen by yourself. You can pick the color of this button, but what the item inside of it has nothing to do with it, okay? Just FYI. So as you can see, that's red because that's what I just picked. But remember, the guns that you have in these item granters and the guns that you have in these conditional buttons need to be the same rarity. If not, it will mess up the mechanic. And lastly, before we move on, make sure that this conditional buttons weapon and the attached item granter aren't the same gun, because again, that will not work either. All right, you guys, we are almost done. Just a few more steps. Now, something also very important. The weapons that you want to swap out, if they're shotguns, air, whatever they are, one of these weapons needs to be in their inventory at start of the game. For this tutorial, I'm just setting up a class designer just because it's really quick, but I've actually made another tutorial on how to give everyone random loot at the start of the game. I'll leave a little tag in the top right of your screen, so if you guys want to go check that tutorial out first and then come back to this one, you can. But again, just make sure the weapons that you want to swap are in their inventory on the start of the game, okay? All right, now that I got this class selector set up on game start, let's test out our mechanic. All right, you guys can see my starting loadout. If we emote out here, we're not gonna switch. It's not gonna swap our guns. Nothing's gonna happen because obviously we're not in the play area. But once we get inside here and we emote, we now have the charge. Let's emote one more time. We now have the lever. If we emote again, we now have the pump. And that is it. That is pretty much the tutorial, you guys. Now, if you guys learned something on this, you guys remember to hit that like button. And also, if you guys are having any issues on this tutorial or any of my other tutorials, you actually can go to my Discord, Creative Juice, where there's a bunch of top creators, including some top mechanics that actually can help you out if you're having any issues. But make sure you actually try this out and make sure you have an actual real problem, because this Discord is really not about building people mechanics, but it's more or less helping you if you have any issues. I'll leave a link to that Discord in the description. All right, that's gonna do it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know in the comment section on what tutorial I should make next. I'm Immature Gamer. I'm out.